Welcome back to Couples HQ Daily Podcast. It's Dee Tozer, the Couples Master Coach. And following on from yesterday, I want to talk about, I was talking about the chain reaction yesterday and what we say, what we don't say, what we do, what we don't do. So I'm following on from that to look at what we say, all right? And also how we say it, because that is the crux of most disapproval that turns up in close relationships, long-term relationships. It ends up burning them out and destroying them, is what we say. Also what we don't say, but more importantly what we say, and then how we say it. So digging into that, what we say, well, we all have opinions and we're all different, and we all want to be able to say things about our home, the way it's run, the way we live, the way we interact with other people, the children, the way we, interact with life in general. And we all express that. Everyone talks about, well, I came from this background, my parents that. Yeah, that's right. We all come from very different backgrounds. We might have a lot of values aligned, but it doesn't mean we express them in a way that's kind or nice that for the other person in the relationship. It doesn't mean that. Just because our values are aligned, we may express that in a way that makes the other person feel belittled or criticised, disapproved or put down. So what we say is our choice of words, and then how we say it is tone and attitude, isn't it? So even if you're listening to other podcasts and you can hear the way presenters speak, you'll hear some of them are so, if you like, vague, often not to the point on anything you're listening to, because they're trying to keep the nice front up, which is very good, that positive persona, that warm persona. And they will do it in a way that you therefore don't get necessarily the information, because the emphasis is more on presentation of it. Well, in a couple, usually the emphasis is on being heard, listening, taking notice of what the other person is saying. So it's tending to be said in a more assertive way, even a dictatorial way to the other partner, if something is annoying enough. So it can be how the towels are hung in the bathroom. It can be where the water jug sits on the countertop. We all know in long-term relationships, things come down to those smaller things, and then there's bigger things. However, what we can do and fall into without even noticing it early on, especially once we're living together, this difficulty in communicating across, conveying something that we're not too happy about, something that irritates us, something as basic and ordinary as socks left on the floor and not put in the washing basket. So how do we communicate things like that, convey irritations, annoyances at the small level, even up to the big level, when we are irritated, and without putting our partner offside? Now you'll say, I'll tell you some things here, and you'll say, I've tried all that, but you might have tried it once or twice. You didn't get a good response, so you didn't do it again. So now this is about persevering. So let's say it's something as annoying as a household thing like the towels in the bathroom being put back up on the rail, neatly, square, not hanging crookedly, not half on the floor. Let's say it's that. And you feel like whichever one of you it's bothering the most, I'm not even going to go with which or what, I'll just go whoever it's bothering the most. It brings up this feeling when you see it. If it bothers you the most, you feel like someone is disrespecting you and how you like the home to look. That's what it feels like. So it's likely that it's going to come out of your mouth as a criticism, disapproval, even like a bark. The towels are crooked again. How many times do I have to say it? Why? What else can you say that you could keep on saying? Firstly, ask a question. And this is a really short podcast, I know, but it'll give you a good idea to start practicing. Ask a question saying, how could I talk to you about the towels? And why does it not bother you that it upsets me? So how do I talk to you and why does it not bother you? If you say it, get your tone and your attitude right now and say, well, how is it that it's something that I really get upset about doesn't bother you? How is it that you don't want to make it nice for me? Or you think it's okay if I'm irritated, or you just think I'm plain annoying because I'm irritated. See how you start a conversation like that? Now, this is a skill and you build it up over time. It's not going to happen the first time you have the conversation because you're going to have to get a bit more practice with it. And it's over and over. But it's about being likable to be lovable. So it's about staying on side, not offside. And just going in and straightening up the towels every time is just going to churn and churn until it comes out in a nasty way. Highly critical, disapproving way, isn't it? So what are you best to do? Ask questions, how or why questions. How can you help me with the towels even? Or why is it that you don't want to help me with the towels? Now, there might be a bite back 1 or 2 times in to bring that up, and you'll get better at saying it, and your partner will probably start to notice it more. Okay? And straighten it. Maybe not enough, but at least some small effort. That's just the towels. Look at all the other 150 things in the house or more that you've got different opinions on. And, the whole thing, the conflict of it, disapproval, is coming down to the bottom of the thing, which is your way or my way. Which one's right? And if we're competing on who's right, that's coming up in tomorrow's podcast. If we're competing on who's right, that can never get any better. That will not gradually disappear on its own. Your relationship will gradually unravel. Unlikable takes over and unlovability takes over. Disapproval. Yeah, comes back to the disapproval destroys desire, and you're asking yourself, why doesn't your loved one want to help you both be happier? I know. I'll be talking more about that in the next podcast. Dee Tozer signing off.